Hello and welcome to my tutorial on creating a glossy text using Blender 3D software. Blender is an open source 3D software which you can download at blender.org. Here are some examples of the 3D glossy text I created using Blender. They also look chromish in appearance. So let's jump into Blender and let's start up. Command N, reload your startup file, delete the default cube, delete the default lamp, Shift A to add a new text, then rotate your text in the vertical direction or in the upright direction, then I'll increase the size of my text. I'll increase the extrude value. I also increase the bevel depth. The bevel depth is used to create rounded corners for your text. Okay, that is okay. Then I'll press my tab key to edit my text. So G, I'm trying to type the word glossy. Then I'll duplicate. So before I do that, I like to centralize my text or align my text to the center. I'll align these two to the center. Then I'll tap to edit. I'll press the tab key to edit this text. I'll duplicate it again. I'll press the tab key to edit the text. Then I'll duplicate it again. Shift D to duplicate. Then I'll press the tab key. Then Shift D again to duplicate. Then Shift D to duplicate the last time. Shift D is for duplicating. Then I'll press the tab key. So the next thing I'll do, I'll create a floor using a plane. So I'll press Shift A, then you click on Mesh, then you click on Plane, then you scale the plane. So the next thing I did was to change the Blender from the default Blender render to Cycles render. Then I also created two more viewports. I set this to my node editor viewport. I also set this to my 3D viewport. I change this to my rendered viewport shading. You can see that our scene looks dark. Then so to lighten up our scene, I'll create a plane. Shift A to create your plane. Then you scale your plane in the X direction, X and S, to scale the plane in the X direction. And make sure that the plane covers the text. I'll change my viewport to the wireframe viewport to see how it looks. Okay, I think this looks okay. I just centralize the plane on the text. Then I'll move the plane upwards. Then I'll change our view to orthographic view. Then I'll give our plane, before giving our plane a material, an emission material, I'll rename it from plane to light source. So I'll give it a new material. I'll change it to emission. I'll give it a value of, okay, let me give it a value of 5. Then another thing I did was to give our tests their material. So I create new. I'll call this Chrome Glossy material. So at the node editor viewport, I'll disconnect the diffuse from the material output, and I'll create a mix shader to mix our materials together. I'll connect our mix shader to our material output. Then I will now create a glossy shader. I'll connect the BSDF to the shader here, and I also connect the BSDF to the shader here. Then I'll create a RGB node to determine the color of both the diffuse and the glossy. So that's in our input RGB. So I'll connect the color here to the color here, and I'll connect the color here to the color here. So I'll set the value of my glossy completely to 0. Then I'll change the color value over here. So you can give it whatever color you like. Then now you can see that our text here looks just, I want it to have a variance in the reflective color. So to do that, I'll add a mix node to mix another color with the diffuse color. So Shift A, and I'll go to color, then I'll select mix. I'll join it here. Then I'll reduce this because I want it to be more of this color than more of the reflective color, which is the white we have here. So I'll change this to a value of 0.152152. Then another thing I'll do is that you can see that it's not looking perfectly glossy, not looking glossy or chromish. I want it to look much more chromish, or much more chrome in appearance than this. So I increase the value here to 0.67 or a higher value depending on how chromish you want your text, or how chrome in appearance you want your text to be. So this typically how to give your text a chrome color. So I'll give the other text. We have here the chrome material. So I'll select the material we create, Chrome Glossy. Same thing for this. I'll select the material we created, Chrome Glossy. And same thing for this. I'll select the material we created, Chrome Glossy. Then I'll give this a different material. So to give this a different material, you select the same material you created earlier, then you click on this number value here. This will help you to alter the values of your material without changing the previous one. So now I would change the color to green. So for our last test, you can see that we're going to have a chromish or a glossy reflection. So for our last test, I'll select our last test and also give it a chrome material. Then I'll click on this number to alter its value. Then I'll give it a bluish color. Now I would like to increase our sampling value to reduce the noise we have in our scene. So I'll increase the sample value. Let me set the render value to 100 and the preview value to 70. Then I also increase the light path. I'll change the value of the light path. I'll set it to full global illumination, and also increase the light of our environment by changing the color. Okay, I think I'm satisfied here. So you can just reposition it how you so desire. That thing I did was to duplicate the light source and move the new one here, and I rotated it. So let's render as soon as I see how it looks. One more thing I forgot to do, I forgot to change our camera view. So I think I'm satisfied with this view, but you can give us a better view. So let's render. So this is how to create a glossy text using Blender 3D software. So you can adjust your value of your mix shader here to determine how chrome looking your text looks, or how chrome in appearance your text look. And you can also adjust the mix here to determine the reflection variation, the variation in color reflection of your text. Thanks for watching.